In this next series of videos, I'm going to be attempting something that I think might be impossible, and that is turning £100 into £1 million purely by Forex trading. Now, I've seen a certain other YouTube Forex trader do this before, and apparently he achieved that goal. So it seems it is possible, or is it? Because there are some people that have called it out for being possibly fake, and screenshots of trades he's taken that didn't make sense, so perhaps photoshopped, and also the fact that he didn't want to reveal which broker he was using, which didn't really make any sense either. However, I'm not judging, I'm open to the idea that it's possible, and that is why I wanted to attempt it myself. So my strategy plan for this would be just to trade the way I usually trade, but risk more. So my plan is to risk 10% per trade rather than 1% per trade, and target 5R per win, a target of 50%. Now my target would be to get at least 100% per week, because in the grand scheme of things, to get from 100 to 1 million, you need to double 14 times. So you could potentially, if you made 100% a week, doubled every single week, you could do this in 14 weeks. So that's my plan. The other big thing that will come into it is obviously psychology. Once the numbers start getting bigger, it will be a lot more difficult to risk 10% on a larger account than it would be on the smaller accounts, obviously. I have also planned that if I take a loss while the account is at the starting balance, I will top it up. So if it goes down to 90 or below, I will top up, add another £10. So it's always starting at £100. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my plan. So we'll see how it goes. Wow, what a hectic morning. I've had a whole bunch of trades. I had a break even very early on Swiss yen, as well as a loss. And then I had multiple trades. Had one on CAD yen, had one on New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and had another one on Euro GBP. And they were just moving sideways, going up, coming close to TP and coming back, looking like they were going to be a break even. And in the end, I decided I had 3 trades open. It got to a total of 5R, which should be 50% across all 3. And I thought, hey, I'll just close the trades here. That's my 5R for the day. I'm happy with that. So I'll show you the trades. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, this is the most recent trade, and you see it's reversed on me now, but took this one here. It started to move up, and it was around this point I decided to close the trade because the rest of them had made up the profit enough. CAD JPY, which I was in for a very long time. Okay, you can see we came so close here to hitting my TP of 5R before reversing. Then it pushed up again, and now it's reversing again, and it's just, you don't want to be in those trades. Euro GBP, we've got a nice really tight entry, 2 pip stop loss, and price moved down really heavily. And so it was at this point down here when I decided, okay, 5%, I will close all of those. And also what happened was this morning, again, first of all, Swiss yen, I took a loss very early on. It wasn't the best trade, I was in a bit of a rush. And then Swiss yen again had another entry, and it came again, just like CAD yen, so close to the TP before reversing like this. I was at break even at this point. What's a little bit annoying is if we go to my account, my GBP account, £100 account, it should be 150. That should be a 50% day, but I seem to have the risk a little bit wrong, so it's only a 33% win. I guess there's also commissions. Here are all those trades. So that was that first loss. And then because it went below the 100, I added £10, so I deposited it to keep the minimum start at 100, which is part of what I'm going to do. And then there was that break even. You can see this one right here, so a tiny bit of profit, but you know. And then this was actually an invalid trade, which I accidentally took. My finger was hovering over the buy button and accidentally just leaned forward, so it went into a little bit of profit and I closed it, so ignore that one. And then CAD yen was the one I showed you, Euro GBP, the other one, and then you can see that was in a bit of drawdown, the NZD USD one there. So yeah, there we go.
Hello guys, it's day 3 of the 100 to a million challenge, and since the first day, yesterday I had no trades. There were a couple of kind of borderline ones that I didn't take, and I'll go through those when I get back in. And then this morning I had a break even. There was another borderline one which I didn't take. So far we're still up at that around 33% on the account, which I'm fine with. I'm certain we'll have more trades by the end of the week, maybe even some in the New York session today. And yeah, so I'm still hoping for at least 100% this week, but we'll see how that goes. If we can keep on at 100% a week, we can get to a million in 14 weeks, and that just sounds absurd to me. But if we can do that, we can do this. And it's only week 1, it's day 3. But I'm feeling it's a decent start. You can't knock 33%. So yeah, I've just got a little trim in the shop. See how fucking thin my hair is now. She's tried to put a little fringe on it, and it just looks silly. Like, look at that. Anyway, gotta go home now, have some lunch, and check out the charts, see how they're doing for New York City.
Right, so here we are back home at the trading station, and the trades from yesterday, day 2, that I didn't take were this one. And to be fair, I tried to take it, but it just didn't quite come far enough to tag me in. You can see here, it was very close, just a couple of ticks away, but it didn't quite give me that entry that I wanted, and then it just left without me. So that was, just unfortunate, that one. Yesterday there was also one on CAD Yen, this one right here, and it was a similar sort of problem. You'd have needed a 13 pip stop loss, and usually I like to go for kind of around 5, 6, 7 on this pair. A 13 was a little bit much. I thought it's unlikely to get to the 5R. However, it would have fairly easily smashed that 5R target, as you can see. And then there was this one this morning on Euro CAD during the London session. You can again see we had my 4-hour zone marked out here, came in, swept the liquidity on the 1 minute, gave the 1 minute change of character here, and yeah, I was just too hesitant to click the button. I didn't really, also it was kind of borderline because I wasn't that keen on the change of character. It was just a very kind of trickly move down here. You can see push up, push down, push up, push down, then just a very tiny break here. I prefer to see a stronger break of the low rather than a strong break of the high. Like I say, it is what it is. We can't catch them all, and again, we don't need to catch them all because there is so much potential with this strategy that I'm happy to let certain trades go and then welcome in tomorrow. What is good about today is that I only took a break even. I might as well show you that. So at the time there was this 4-hour zone on Kiwi dollar, refined down, and Asia tapped into the zone overnight, and Frankfurt took Asia, and then we got a change of character here. I took the trade pretty much as it broke there, got around a 3 pip stop loss. Price started out pretty well, got to around 2R before then reversing, and I did set break even at this point. So yeah, that was kind of just that story of the day. So after week 1, we are still at 33% positive for the week. It's not quite the 100% I wanted to get out of the first week, but at the same time, it's also not a bad result. What kind of put a stop to a lot of trading this week were the Trump tariffs that came out and have kind of just really wreaked havoc on the charts, and all the zones that I was looking at on the 4-hour have kind of just been blasted through, and just waiting patiently now for price to create some new nice areas to trade from and for it to calm down. And so hopefully in the following week or the week after, things will calm down a bit, give us some nice price action, and we can actually continue trading. But as for now, I'm happy to sit out and wait patiently. So yeah, that is it for week 1. 33%. Happy with that, and I will see you next week.